Well, welcome to the next briefing on navigating our way through the crises. I'm Richard Wightman. I lead New Life Church. And life, as I see it, is seeing more and more changes. First, there was the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, there was the developing economic downturn. And now there's the Black Lives Matter movement, with all the important changes that need to go with that. I want to give you an update on two of these today. Firstly, the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a subject where we have to accept that we've been off the pace as a church. New Life Church reflects the ethnic diversity and the mix of the population, but our leadership in New Life Church lags those changes. And it's not a subject we've greatly discussed of recent times, though we've been very strongly supportive of the movement. So what are we seeking to do about it? Well, firstly, we need to empathise with all the BAME people who've been victims of abuse and discrimination. Sharon's speaking our support into that this Sunday morning. Secondly, we need to find ways to give a voice and a platform to this conversation. The white leadership's problem is that we can express support, but we haven't been on the receiving end of abuse and victimisation, so we can't feel it in the same way. So we're opening up conversation with BAME leaders in the church. We'll devote most of the next elders meeting to this, with half a dozen of the BAME leaders attending. We know that this subject really matters, and we're strongly committed to providing voices and a platform for this debate. My second subject is handling the next phase of the pandemic. Well, it's easy to apply a lockdown, but what about coming out of it? It's a much harder matter and so difficult to get it right. I really feel for the government in this. If you've had loved ones affected, you'll probably think the lockdown should continue. If you've experienced only frustration from isolation, you may think it's time to release the lockdown and fast. And as human beings, we don't find it easy to see the other perspective. It's so difficult for the government. Please pray for them. Open air markets and car showrooms are already open. Shops are preparing to open next Monday. There's talk of opening pubs and theme parks. But what about churches? We don't yet know when we'll be able to meet in person again or under what arrangements. The government said that places of worship will be able to reopen in part as part of phase 3, which means sometime after the 3rd of July. We expect to be told the rules and the timings around the end of June, and they'll almost certainly involve social distancing and regular deep cleaning. We'll then need to work out how to apply them. We've done some experimenting already at the Ridgeway Centre. The 2-metre social distancing rule makes it really difficult. We reckon that we can fit no more than 29 households into an auditorium as big as ours, and with no separate children's or youth work initially. These are massive constraints and mean the impact will be ongoing for a long time. Many of us won't be able to meet up physically for safety reasons, and some of us won't want to. We understand that. We want to give people as many options as possible. We recognise that online and on-demand church will continue and develop. We're putting more and more effort into that. There'll be more and more need for online support groups in the economic downturn that's already started. In the meantime, please keep encouraging and supporting others. We know that the church membership are the front line in this, supporting and encouraging and helping friends and neighbours, sharing the online services with those you know. Here are some of the brilliant work you have been doing. We organised church members to ring around everyone in the church. And you came across one lady with no money, who's no recourse to public funds. So for that lady, we arranged ongoing pastoral support and a weekly food parcel. A church member met a lady in hospital to whom we delivered food parcels for her, her boyfriend and their dog. The boyfriend ran off and stole some of her possessions, so we've been providing twice weekly help to her. She then told her friend, who's partially sighted and in a wheelchair, about our services, and we now deliver to her, to that friend as well. A local counsellor heard about our food delivery services on New Life Church Facebook page and told us of a family with 4 children, aged 4 to teenager, in ill health and in a very poor financial situation. This family were not eating the essentials And so we sent around one of our drivers to deliver food parcels. And every time he arrived at the door, the mum starts crying, and so does our driver, as he empathises with her situation. Well done. Please keep supporting and encouraging others. Please keep praying for us all. Please keep giving online to the Hardship Fund and to the church generally. We're facing a lot more new costs as we pivot to face the new world together. Please keep reaching out to people, pointing them to Jesus. And remember that God offers and brings you faith, hope, and love. God bless you. I look forward to continuing to work with so many of you.